Hey everybody, welcome back to Robertson Reads. I'm excited because I am hopping on for my first officially bookish video. I've shared a few planner things, so today I am going to be getting into some books to add to your fall TBR. If you're not familiar, that's to be read list, pile, whatever you want to have there. But these are all books that I have already read. Some of them are new releases, some of them are going to be some older ones, not super old. But they're all ones that I would recommend that you read that are perfect for the fall. So let's get into those. Okay, so these are not in any particular order, just ones I'm going to share. So the first up that I'm going to share is called These Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. I adore this book. Now, we first read it for my book club, Faith and Fables book club, a few years ago. And I will say, I think it was marketed kind of as a thriller, but to me, it was more of a slow burn mystery. But this book, it's got the perfect fall vibes. I know it looks a little wintry, so you could save it for winter if your fall TBR is just a little overwhelming. But I love this. It's about a dad and a daughter who live out in the woods, and then there's a mystery involved. Mystery thrillers are really hard for me to talk about because I don't want to give any spoilers, but the end of this book had me in tears. It is the most beautiful gospel message that I've probably read in any book. It has stuck with me forever. I still think about it, and I just absolutely adore this book. It's These Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. Now, she actually has another book out too called, I think it's called The Nature of Disappearing, and it's newer. It's more like it's about a girl that goes missing in a national park, and so out on that trip. Really interesting too. Really love hers. Now, these are not specifically marketed as Christian fiction, but they are pretty clean overall. There might be a handful of cursing in them, but nothing explicit, no sexual content in them. Love These Silent Woods, Kimmy Cunningham Grant. Next up is for my historical fiction lovers, Darkness Calls the Tiger by Jennifer Tromp. This book wrecked my soul. It's very different for Christian fiction because it's definitely dark and heavy, but it's set in Burma in World War II, so a very different theater than you're used to hearing about. But it follows Kai and her journey through what she experienced there. She's actually the daughter of a missionary there. And again, this book has several, honestly, particular scenes that just really stood out for me. This book is hard, it's gritty. I would not recommend it for a super young audience, maybe late high school or adult, because there are some really heavy topics and themes in this, but you're going to get the beautiful message of forgiveness, redemption. Absolutely love this book. I think it's one you don't see on Bookstagram or BookTube very much, so definitely recommend. Check it out. Wartime historical fiction lovers, this one's for you. Darkness Calls the Tiger by Jennifer Tromp. Okay, this was one of our recent reads for Faith and Fables book club. It's very it was a surprising one to me. I was not expecting the huge, range of emotions in this book because look at this cover. Isn't it adorable? Now and Then and Always by Melissa Tagg. It did win a Christie Award, Book of the Year several years ago. And this one is a sweet romance, small town romance, but it's got a lot of mystery, and it has some really deeper themes too with the characters. Oh my word. I absolutely loved Marshall in this book. He was just like a dreamy detective, and then he and Mara Bristol are working together and they are renovating a bed and breakfast. But they both have wounds from their past that they are dealing with. So they are going through that, trying to figure out, and then um the owner of the bed and breakfast actually goes missing and Mara is left taking care of it. And so you've got this mystery aspect to it, the sweet romance, perfect fall setting. It's in this town of you know what? I can't remember the town. Oh, Maple Valley. It says it right there on the cover. In Maple Valley. So, and I believe it was in like Maine. Beautiful, beautiful setting. This one, it just like took me away to a new place. And I absolutely loved that. So that's Now and Then and Always by Melissa Tagg. Okay, back to a little bit spooky for my fall people who like those mysteries. Jamie Jo Wright. I could not leave her off this. This is her newest one from actually April. She does have a new one coming out in the fall here. I think it's in October, might be November. So I'll share more about that one some other time. But this one is Tempest at Annabelle's Lighthouse by Jamie Jo Wright. I love this one because it was unique for Jamie Jo because it had a married couple as the romance she was exploring. It's dual timeline, so you've got a split timeline, I guess, maybe. I don't know what the correct term is, but you've got a timeline in 1874, inspired by, I believe it's an Edgar Allan Poe poem about Annabelle. And then you've got present day, and they're trying to explore what happened in this lighthouse. And like I said, I was a little nervous going into this one because she did a married couple, and it was like the marriage is really rocky at the beginning, pun intended. And so you've got Shay who goes away to work on this like journalistic mystery documentary piece, I believe it was. And then she meets someone there, and I was like, what is going on with this? But Jamie Jo Wright met my expectations for sure. And this one to me was not like super creepy. I've read a few of hers that start off like a little scary. I still like them though. Now, if you're hearing this and you're like, ooh, I don't do creepy, I don't do horror, not creepy, not horror. Jamie Jo Wright describes her books as Edgar Allan Poe meets Scooby-Doo. So you get a little creepy, but there's always an explanation there. So I will say I'm a chicken. I read these in the daytime, but I love them. Like once I start Jamie's books, I cannot stop. I devour them. So definitely recommend this one. Or any of her others, honestly. I've loved every one that I've read, and I'll be sharing more about her new release, hopefully in another video. Okay, next up is probably my favorite author of all time, Gabrielle Meyer. You know I could not talk about the Timeless series. If you have not read the Timeless series, just go ahead and add all the books to your TBR. There are 5 out right now. The 6th one comes out in November. This is the 5th one in the series, Every Hour Until Then. Oh my word. Okay, first, let me introduce you to the series in case you've never heard of it before. So the first book is When the Day Comes, and it follows Libby, and she's a time crosser. So she has to choose between 2 different paths. They're both historical fiction. So Gabe's books are historical fiction times 2. They've got that dual timeline in them, but it's not in the present day. And at the end of each book, the heroines are in different timelines and they have to choose one to stay in forever. So I'm not going to give a huge backstory on it because you really have to read these in order. I mean, you could pick them up, not in order, and that's one thing I think you could do with this one. I think you would pick it up and you could enjoy it out of order. You're just going to get so much more if you start at the beginning of the series. So anyways, that brings us to book 5. I'm not going to give you the whole background on it because I don't want to give spoilers, but this is Catherine, and she lives in 1938 and in 1888 for her timelines. And she finds out in 1938 that the final victim of Jack the Ripper is actually her sister from 1888. And so she goes to see if there's a way she can save her sister. Can she uncover who Jack the Ripper is? Oh my word. I love Gabe's writing and I love the mystery element of this one. This one felt really, really different than all of her other books because it had that mystery element to it. The other ones have more of the romance focus, or they focus on the relationship. And this one just had a totally different vibe to it. Such a page turner. I could not put it down. And I was like trying to figure out the answer to the mystery the whole time. I love it. So that's Every Hour Until Then by Gabriel Meyer. I will be getting her new one soon that comes out in November. So hopefully I'll share more about that. Again, these are hard for me to keep spoiler free just because there's so much that happens and they have been out a while. You might have to get a video just about the Timeless series in general because I love it so much. So add this one to your TBR, and if you haven't read it, just go ahead and back up and read all the books in this series. There's your fall TBR. You're set with the Timeless series. Okay. Let's do a nonfiction before I get into some of the September releases. I read this one earlier this year, On Magic and Miracles. Okay, I get it. Nonfiction is not everyone's jam, and that's okay. I totally understand, but I actually like nonfiction, and I loved this one. So the byline on it is A Theological Guide to Discerning Fictional Magic, and this was so good for me. I grew up in a home that was very sheltered when it came to things I read. Not in a bad way. I would think it was good and very discerning. But I grew up kind of in a home where Harry Potter was not allowed, and we did explore other magical things like Narnia and stuff like that. But those I just grew up in that time, like the 90s, where they were in the evangelical church. I mean, there was a wide view of opinions on that. And this book was really insightful. So the first half of it is all theology. It's going to talk about theology of the realm, the spiritual realm, of what that looks like. And then the second half of the book is practical tips and how to engage media from a biblical perspective, specifically when it comes to magic. Wherever you stand on fantasy, magic, and books, I think this is a must read because it's going to open the door to so many conversations. It's going to give you the tools you need to discuss this with other people. And I learned so much from this one. It's definitely going to be a reread for me. And for those wondering, yes, there is a whole chapter on Harry Potter in here. Learned so much, really enjoyed it. Definitely a great nonfiction to add to that fall TBR. Okay, I want to show you one more, and I don't have the physical copies of this yet. One more. I changed my mind. This other series I am obsessed with is The Huntress by Carrie Cotton. So first, let me say, I think you could read this series any time of the year, and it would be a great one to read. Oh, my Kindle has to download. I wanted to show you the cover. It's working on it here. But, okay, here we go. Cover, come on, The Huntress by Carrie Cotton. Okay, I'm obsessed. This has like fierce female warriors. It's got swoony men, captains of armies, kings. You get like kind of the washed up warriors later on who've made some mistakes. But oh my word, I have never read anything like these. So it's medieval historical fiction. Here's the cover. Oh, wait. Here it is. Hold on. The cover, if I can work my Kindle. Okay, Here it is. It's green. I don't have a color on it. But there's the Huntress, then there's the Viking, the Raven, and the Valkyrie. So there are 4 out right now. Again, you could add all of these to your TBR and be set. Each of the 4 books follows a different woman and her romance and how they overcome their past. These books are full of redemption in the gospel. There's epic fight scenes, fierce women warriors, like I said, the swoony men. Oh my word, they're, strong male leads. I love all of them so much. And this was one that was on my TBR forever, and I'm so sad that it took me so long to read them, but I also wish I could go and read them again for the first time because I just love them so much. So again, that's the Huntress series. This one follows Serene, and she is a reluctant queen of her kingdom, and she has to find a way to save her people. And Duncan is the hero in this, and he is also trying to save his people. So you get marriage of convenience in this one, a little bit of an enemies to lovers, maybe rivals to lovers. I'm not sure. I think enemies would be the better description of that. This one's pretty heavy, not a ton of humor in it, but read on to book 2. Book 2 has all the humor, all the banter. It follows the 2 captains of this book. So you are going to want to read this and you can binge it. These are all on Kindle Unlimited, so you don't even have to pay for it. Fun fact though, I bought a hardcover and I have an artist on Instagram that I met at the Mississippi Readers Rivers Retreat. She is painting me a painted edges copy of the Huntress, and eventually I'm going to get all of them, but I am so excited about that. It's Hilltop Art if you want to check her work out. Beautiful, beautiful work. So, okay, that's all for older releases. Now let's get to some new releases. Okay, these are all September releases. I'm going to do my best to go in order of when they were released. So, romance people, here you go. This one's The Rules of Falling for You by Molly Rushmeyer. If you love Regency, this is the book for you. It's Regency, but it's rom-com set in modern times. At first, when I heard of it, I was a little skeptical, but y'all, I loved it. It is so cute. There were literal laugh out loud moments in this book for me, like at the very beginning. I'm trying to remember the girl's name. Zoe, that's what it was. Zoe goes on a date. She feels that she needs to get married by the age of 30 or she's going to be an old maid. And she just has really bad dates. The first date in the book, the guy pulls out a photo album of him and his mom. And I was just laughing out loud at this. And there's several more moments like that in the book. So cute. I love this. So then Zoe decides to go on a marriage retreat and she's following these Regency rules, trying to fall in love and find the person she loves. Well, her best friend's brother comes and helps with the podcast. Yep, the guy who's been there all along. I feel like it's not a spoiler for a rom-com because they're pretty predictable, right? But you'll have to read the book to see for sure who she ends up with and if she'll see and find the love that she's been looking for all along. So that one is out already. The Rules of Falling for You by Molly Rushmeyer. Okay, next up. Hopefully when you're watching this video, this one is out. It's out September 9th. The Women of Oak Ridge by Michelle Shockley. I love Michelle's books. She writes about American history, and so I've most recently been reading her Tennessee history ones, and this is another Tennessee history. It's about the women who worked for the secret town of Oak Ridge during World War II and all the secrets they had to keep. This one was really eye-opening for me. I did not realize all that went down at Oak Ridge, but the people who were asked to come there didn't even know that they were working on the atomic bomb, and they just thought they were helping out their country. So this explores what those women went through, and it's dual timeline as well. So you've got somebody in 1979. It's actually May's niece from 1944. And so May's niece, Laurel, comes back and she is investigating what the effects of these secrets are for a dissertation. And she wants to talk to May about it, but May has been holding on to secrets for so long that she's really hurting from those and she doesn't want to share. And so it explores what happened with May back in 1944, and Laurel continues to uncover that. And Laurel also gets her sweet romance there too. So that's The Women of Oak Ridge by Michelle Shockley. Check out her other ones too. We read Appalachian Song earlier this year, which would also be a perfect fall read. It's got themes of adoption and found family. Excellent. Love Michelle's books. Okay, next up, another one on my Kindle here that I want to show you. I just finished this one, and it actually comes out September 16th. I don't think I have the cover for it, unfortunately, but I'll show you the title here. The Curious Case of the Midnight Spectre. The cover is so cute. It's like this purpley magenta, and it's got all the little like designs around it. Definitely recommend checking that out. This is YA, like a cozy mystery. Really intriguing. It's got a perspective from like life and death and time in there too, like interspersed throughout. And it's about Leanna, and she's trying to figure out who killed this girl in high society during that Regency era, and really interesting. So the police decide that it's Jack the Ripper, but Leanna says it's not. And so she is going to discover the murder mystery. If you're looking for a quick, fun, easy read, I would definitely recommend Curious Case of the Midnight Spectre by Mariah Chavez. I don't think I said that. Mariah, hopefully I'm saying your last name right. But I really enjoyed this one. It was outside my typical, different for me, but I enjoyed it, and I think it's a great, clean YA read, especially if you're looking for something in that age range. But hey, I enjoyed it too. So not just that age range. Okay, last one for today. This may be one of my favorite reads of the year. I was blown away, and it does not come out till September 23rd, but you're going to want to pre-order it because it's so good. Girl Lost by Kate Angelo. Also, I love this cover. Okay, if you like Criminal Minds, Law and Order, any kind of true crime stuff, just go pre-order now. This one is so good. I don't think I can say a lot about it because it was so mystery based. Kate actually describes it as a fast-paced romantic suspense. When I first read it, I was like, oh, this is the mystery thriller I've been waiting for, because it's not creepy, but it's just intense enough that you want to keep reading and follow it along. So you've got Luna and Special Agent Corbin King, and they were together in high school, and Luna actually got pregnant, and then she had to give up her baby for adoption. She felt that was the best choice after Corbin had told her he wasn't ready to be a dad. And so now Luna comes back searching for her daughter, who she gave up a long time ago. But they both now, Luna and Corbin, are in law enforcement, and they are like thrown into this missing persons case. There's murder, there's mystery, missing bodies, kidnappings, all kinds of twists and turns. In this one, I was blown away. And I love how Kate seamlessly wrote themes of faith into this book because it doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel cheesy, and the characters are really imperfect and they're still searching along the way, hence the Girl Lost title. But it's about their discovery. Yeah, so read this one and then please let's chat about it. I think it's going to be our Faith and Fables pick for October. So if you would like to read it with us, I would love for you to do that. You can find that information on Robertson Reads as we get closer. But I just loved this book so much. I'm so glad it's just the first in a series. Okay, so I'm going to show you my big old stack here of books to add to your fall TBR. There they all are. But I will link these. You can check out my Instagram. I recommended both of these on there as well. So hopefully you have some great books to add for your fall TBR. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Happy reading.